Hello!
Hey, we are the Bierman brothers. I'm Chad.
I'm Sean. This is our AP Stats Response Bias Project.
Woo.
Alright. Our concept. We set out to see how the music paired to a survey question would affect the bias of a person's response. We tested the circumstance effect of bias.
Yes.
We have two surveys with the same questions. However, in one of them, a love song plays in the other, and in another, a rock song plays in the background.
Ooh.
The question we asked in our survey was, are you a romantic person? Yes or no?
No.
Concept continued.
Chad. To provide different circumstances which might lead to bias, we conducted two different surveys which were almost identical. You'll see in a moment. In one survey, the song Love by Frank Sinatra, which is a love song, played, and then in the other, a rock song called 25 or 6 to 4 by Chicago played, and we wanted to see how this would affect their responses.
Both polls had the same visuals and question, but different music. So that was our subtle difference.
That's the key right there.
Keep in mind, the question we asked was, are you a romantic person? Yes or no? So we wanted to see if the music would make a difference while the background and the question was the same. As you will see here, first we have Chad's survey.
I'll speak about this one. So, we see I had a total of 78 votes, 51 votes for yes, and 27 votes for no. Which makes a total of 65% people, they said yes, they consider themselves romantic, and 35% said no. And this was to a rock song, 25 or 6 to 4 by Chicago. Now Sean's survey with a love song is next.
We'll see. So, here is my survey. I reported, and I had Love by Frank Sinatra in the background. For mine, I got 91 votes of people saying yes, they thought they were romantic, and 47 people said no. So, this makes up for a total of 138 votes, which was more than Chad's, but proportionally, it was nearly identical, with 66% of people voting yes for being romantic, considering themselves romantic, and 34% of people said no.
Crazy. Check this.
That's only a 1% difference from Chad's survey,
different, folks.
even
1%.
with different people.
1%.
Yeah, I had more people, so if we graph this out,
You can
then
see
it doesn't look the same. You see that mine has more people, and the results of my survey looks different than Chad's. However, proportionally, there were very similar results. As you see, the two pie graphs, on the left we have my survey about the love song, and on the right we have Chad's survey. And for both of these, they look nearly identical, with barely less than a % difference if you read the decimals.
crazy. Different people, different size and everything, but same results. You know?
Proportionally the same.
No, like
Almost.
identical.
Yeah,
Like,
almost.
almost identical as we are.
However, if we compare the same
Y
bar
scale.
graph with the same Y scale,
Like if you zoom stat 9, you know, then we can see they're close to identical. You know, make it same Y scale. You can see it right
the
there.
two bar graphs look nearly identical. We have my survey on the left and Chad's survey on the right, with the same Y scaling that looks the same.
Here we go.
So, from looking at these graphs, we can assume that the music in the background does not make a change of bias to our surveyee's response. We have more evidence again with the percentages.
As we showed earlier, this is just bigger if you need to see them.
Yeah. We assume that the genre of music we chose to complement the survey did not affect our responders' choice, just from looking at these graphs.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So time for a hypothesis test. We conducted a 2 proportion z-test to see if AP statistics could get us, you know, we could see how significant the bias was, and we wanted to see if our alternative hypothesis that music affected survey responses was really true. And so here was our 2 proportion z-test. Again, our null was that music does not affect responses. Our alternative was that music does affect responses. The conditions were met. The test we did, you can see here,
Was completed.
Yes, you can
And-
see it should be big for you guys. And then we finally got the p-value. Right, we got all of this over here. We had our p-hats. Sean's 66%, Chad's 65%, random 10% conditions met. We said that it had our sample size was less than 10% of the whole population of Instagram users, which is roughly 1 billion according to Google search. And then we had our large counts met. And then we had our z-props. I used the 2 proportion z-test, got all of this data out here through my variables, plugged it all in, got my z-score, put it into normal CDF, and then we got the p-value of 0.4409, which is way greater than our significance alpha value of 0.10. So then, conclusion?
Since our p-value of 0.4409 is much greater than alpha equals 0.10, we failed to reject the null. There is not enough evidence to prove music style played in the background will affect the survey responses.
Woohoo! That's good to know. I thought it would affect it, and it really didn't at all.
Yeah.
So we hope you enjoyed, and thank you very much. I'm Chad Bierman.
Sean Bierman.
Thank you, Mr. Kimes, for a great year.
Thank you.
Woo! Cheese.